नमस्ते फ्रेंड, आप सभी का एक बार फिर से वेलकम। और फ्रेंड्स, समझते हैं कि जो आईबीए ने एफिडेविट सबमिट किया एपेक्स कोर्ट में एमसी सिंगला पेंशन अपडेशन केस में, उसका काउंटर एफिडेविट 22 सितंबर 22 को ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ रिस्पोंडेंट 5 राइज आईओबी रिटायरी एसोसिएशन ने उसका रिप्लाई किया। क्या मुख्य बातें हैं? कारण यह है कि ये रिप्लाई लंबा है, कॉम्प्रहेंसिव है, लेकिन जो इम्पॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स हैं उसको मैं डिस्कस करता हूं और शायद उसका मैं लिंक दूंगा। उस लिंक के जरिए आप पूरा का पूरा जो रिप्लाई है उसका आप उसको देख सकते हैं। इस एफिडेविट का पॉइंट नंबर 6 हम देखते हैं, दैट आईबीए हैज फॉल्सली contended that there is no provision in the Bank Employees Pension Regulation 1995 for any updation in the pension of bank employees and officers. It is respectfully submit that IBA, acting on behalf of banks, had negotiated the Bank Employees Pension Scheme with Employees Union Association and had signed the binding pension settlement dated 29th October 93. The workmen unions under section 2P RW section 18 clause 1 of the ID Act 1947, which came into force with immediate effect, and IBA had also signed a similar binding agreement dated 29th October 93 with Bank Officers Association. It is respectfully submitted that the periodical revision updation of pension is fundamental in the grant of pension, and same being already in vogue in central government employees pension scheme RBI employees pension scheme. It was specifically declared in clause A of the pension settlement dated 29 October 93 that pension scheme agreed was to be broadly on central government Reserve Bank of India pattern. The pension scheme was made effective from 1st January 86. That the said bipartite settlement dated 29th October 93 signed between IB and workmen unions continues to be a legally binding settlement. It is respectfully submitted that clause 12 of the settlement provided that by 31st December 1983 provision will be made for applicability, qualifying service, amount of pension, payment of pension, commutation of pension, family pension, updating and other general conditions etc. on the line as are in force in Reserve Bank of India. See page 28 of rejoinder dated 6 April 2018. 8 point number 8, that in essence the agreed pension scheme was on the line of Reserve Bank of India employees pension scheme central government pension scheme. It is respectfully submitted that IBA wide letter dated 17 December 93 addressed to all India Bank Officers Confederation IBOC had assured for as under. As you are aware, the scheme has been introduced on the lines of pension scheme available to the central government employees and employees of Reserve Bank of India, Annexure R3 to counter of respondent number 5 at page 35. In case of those who retired between 1st January 86 and 31st October 87, reckoning DA at 600 points CPI. 10th point में क्या है? In the said letter dated 16 March 1994, IBA had also assured and reiterated as under. In view of the fact that entire scheme is patterned on the line of Reserve Bank of India dearness relief formula, the pension regulations will be as per the provisions in the Reserve Bank of India pension regulation, और उसका रेफरेंस दिया गया है। फिर clause number 18 यानी point number 18 that pension regulations 1995 do not contain any clause which could be constitute that payment of pension, family pension, updation of pension, etc. are subject to availability of the funds or profitability. That in the writ petition as well as in the LPA before the High Court, IBA's only plea against pension updation was the stressed financial condition of banks, but it had never questioned the sound financial position of the pension fund of banks, which stands at about rupees 3,20,000 crores. That adequate provisioning for the pension liability is the statutory obligation of the banks as provided in pension regulations, which are statutory in the nature. That is correctly appreciated by Honorable Kerala High Court that the pension funds of banks are in a position to meet the cost of pension updation at about rupees 3,261 crores without any additional cost to the banks. The annual income itself of the pension fund is much more than the annual pension dispersal, and pensioner being a vanishing tribe will disappear in the diminishing manner as no new employee who has joined the bank on or after 11th April 2010, 1st April 2010 is included in. Point number 19, that the IBA, while contending that the pension to government employee is paid as revenue expenditure while the pension for bank employee is paid from the pension fund, has concealed the fact that provident fund contribution as main sources of funds corrected in pension fund was a statutory revenue expenditure of banks, and the additional annual credits to be paid in pension fund on the basis of actuarial calculations are also revenue expenditure of banks, which the banks are legally bound to contribute. It is false to contend that credits in the pension fund are provided out of profits, and it is reiterated that banks' liability to contribute provident fund equivalent share every month for the serving employees and to make additional annual contribution as per the actuarial calculation are statutory obligation of the banks. राइज ने अपने काउंटर एफिडेविट में आईबीए द्वारा सबमिट जो एफिडेविट है उसके मुख्य मुद्दों को उन्होंने डिनाई किया और इस बात पे जोर दिया कि ये स्टैट्यूटरी राइट है पेंशनर्स का और हमें बैंक पेंशन अपडेशन के बारे में अपने पॉइंट्स रखें। इस बारे में मैं आपको लिंक दे रहा हूं, उस लिंक के जरिए आप पूरा का पूरा एफिडेविट का जो रिस्पॉन्स जो रिप्लाई है वो आप काउंटर एफिडेविट देख सकते हैं। फ्रेंड्स, ये तो हमारे लीगल बैटल की बात चल रही है, एफिडेविट, काउंटर एफिडेविट, लेकिन सबसे बड़ा मुद्दा है कोर्ट की हियरिंग। जब तक कोर्ट की हियरिंग नहीं होगी तब तक इन मुद्दों पे डिस्कशन नहीं होगा, आर्गुमेंट नहीं होगा और आगे का रास्ता क्लियर नहीं होगा। थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स, नमस्ते।